What's up, everybody? I'm gonna start taking apart this car. Um, we just fired up Richards for the first time, and it did really nice. That'll be on his video for his build. I'm gonna start by removing the radiator and the fans and the plugs and all that. Get that all out of the way, so I got plenty of room. I already disconnected the battery. And to remove the radiator out of these cars, you got just two 12mm bolts on each side. You get those out, and you disconnect your two hoses and your fan plugs, and it comes up and out of the way. Unless you have an automatic, then you'll have to take off two automatic transmission lines. But basically, I'm going to start taking it apart so that I can get Richard's downpipe that we're taking off of my car and putting on his. And I'm thinking about removing my turbo setup because it's been about 1.5 years since I've done the gaskets on it, and I just kind of want to freshen it up and put on new gaskets. So I'll probably take the turbo setup off as well, since I'm already in there. So once I got that stuff removed, I'll come back and show y'all what I've done. Hey, what's up, everybody? Just want to do a small update on the car that I'm working on. Let me get some of these tools out of the way. So as from you saw from the last time I talked about it, I told y'all I was going to be doing some stuff. So what I've done so far is I removed the radiator, then I removed the condenser, I removed the power steering and its brackets, and I don't know if I'm going to remove this one yet. It would require me taking off the intake manifold and the water pipe, and we'll see if I decide to do that. And I took off all the brackets and everything off of here, all the hoses and lines. I got the power steering up to right here removed, and I'm going to have to get up under the car and see how I'm going to loop it. And I took my exhaust off, check out over there, along with Richard's old downpipe. We're going to mock it up to fit. And then I got his flange, which is a 3-inch, and I've already started making my my cuts. I was going to go out through the hood, but I've decided to reroute it to go to the front and then out through the side of the bumper. And I'm going to be trying something new on this build. I'm going to, instead of running my original, I think it was a 2-core aluminum radiator, I'm going to try a 3-core Honda Civic aluminum radiator with a big fan on it. And I know that plenty of people have done it before, and they have good results from it, even though they just use them for the track. I think a few of them I've seen that use it on the streets, and they say that cooling is fine. But I'm probably going to build like a little shroud behind it in between the intercooler and the radiator. But that's going to free up all of this room right here so that I can build my exhaust freely. And I was just talking to Richard, and he told me, he's like, no, he's like, you shouldn't go through the hood. He's like, just go through the side of the bumper. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna probably go in front of the radiator, and it looks like it's a tight squeeze, but there's really a lot of room. I'm gonna get rid of this power steering cooler bar that's right here with these hoses. I'm gonna get that out of the way, and then this wiring and this little plastic bracket, I'm also gonna remove it. And that should free up a lot of room. And probably way down here, the horn that you see right there, I can move that out of the way, and it should give me a clear shot, straight through the side of the bumper right here. So probably make a hole or something right there. But I'm on my lunch break right now, and I decided just to come out here to the shop and kind of tinker with it. And I just got it tacked so I can kind of mock up where it is. I'm trying to get these pipes lined up as straight as possible. This one was a little off, but I can kind of push it down and it'll be fine. And I am going to add like a 3-inch V-band. Once it makes the turn, I'll probably add it somewhere here. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, so I'm just going to keep on cutting pieces and fitting them. I got this little piece of pipe over there. I'm actually using piping that I had off of the old exhaust, and I'm just cutting a whole bunch of degrees and angles and just taking my time. You can't stress out with stuff like this. You gotta just take your time and do it, little by little, and you almost have to just kind of enjoy doing it and cutting it and making it your own and designing the pipe however you want, and little by little start taking shape. So that's where I'm at right now, and it looks like it's got a huge gap right here, but it really doesn't. I don't know, I guess it's just the way the angle of it is, but it's really not that big of a gap. But I think that's about the biggest gap I'll have to fill. So I'll come back in a minute and show you what else I got going on. Hey, what's going on, everybody? So obviously, as you can see, I've gotten a lot done on it in the last from the last segment I recorded. Like I said, I was gonna get rid of the AC condenser and the AC brackets, power steering, the power steering cooler and the lines, and then I was gonna start building a downpipe to do a side exit instead of one through the hood. So I'm just about wrapping it up. I already got all the lines and hard lines, everything removed from the side, and I already got the downpipe built, which is over there. And yes, the welds are ugly, but I don't care. It's gonna be wrapped so no one will see it. And I got 2 holes, one for my factory O2 sensor and then one for my wideband. And then I got the little bungs over here, which I'm fixing to weld them on. And then I installed a Honda radiator, Honda 3-quart radiator, and it fit really good. Made up some brackets and used the I cut up the top radiator hose from the factory 2G, and then I got the one down there. That's the factory 2G. It fit just fine. It's got 2 radiator caps. Shouldn't be a problem. A few guys have done it and it does just fine. And I just welded up some brackets right here. I'm gonna put a little paint on that so it doesn't rust, and just some little rubber insulation in between it. Did the same on that side. So yeah, so I'm fixing to start putting it back together and get my wastegate on, run some new vacuum lines, and should be ready to go. So I'll show y'all what I've done here in a minute, and then I'll show you firing it up for the first time with the new exhaust. Hey, what's up everybody? Okay, so got it done. Remnants. I fired it up for just a minute just to kind of pull it out of my shop, and I put it out here. But I got the O2 bungs welded in, and I got that in. Once again, I know y'all might be cringing at the welds, but you know, that's about as good as it gets here with the Harbor Freight welder. And I am poor, so I have to you know, work with what I got. But like I said, I am gonna wrap it. Put the wastegate back on, and one thing I still need to figure out, because I don't have a V-band for it, is, or like the other part of the V-band is right here. So I'm gonna have to try and kind of figure something out on that. I'm thinking about just like welding the actual pipe, not to the wastegate, but to the band itself, since it's metal. And it might still leak, but it'd be better than this, just wide open. But I got that done. I'll probably clean this up a little bit more. That's for the wideband. And there's a Honda radiator, and I know y'all don't see a fan in the front, but it's right there hidden in the back. It's got plenty of room. Got everything all buttoned up. I put a copper line in there to kind of reroute it, because those flanges, those bolts for the flange are impossible to get in there with that stupid line. But it's all buttoned up. Seems to be running fine. I think I got a little bit of a coolant leak. Probably need to tighten up that clamp some more. And then the exhaust just comes out the side. So I'll crank it up so y'all can hear what it sounds like. Like grease and grime all over the car, but I pulled it out. I'm gonna get my pressure washer out. I'm gonna pressure wash and degrease and scrub everything, get it all nice and clean and nice bright white colored again, and pressure wash the engine and get all the crap off of it. But so this is it. I mean, that's basically about it. There's, you know, I really don't need to do anything else to it. Can't wait to take it out to the track and see how much fun I can have with it, and really give that radiator, that Honda radiator, a test to see how it does. But this is about it for this one. I'm gonna have a my 2006 Cobalt SS supercharged in here tomorrow. Start tearing it apart. We're doing some exhaust work and putting in some solid urethane motor mount. So y'all kind of stick around for that. And we still got more stuff coming up on for Richard's car. And I'm gonna start. I'm gonna show y'all my Nissan 240SX build that I'm currently fixing to start going full force on. So yeah. So y'all just stay tuned for that, and I hope y'all enjoyed this little mini series.